Aquarius, the journey that you're on, well, I'm not going to promise you it's going to be all rainbows and sunshine and butterflies, honey, and anything else that's colorful. I can promise you, if you see this through until the other side, the temperance energy here, this is the card of patience. This is the overall energy that I pulled for you for your spread today. And I have your cards laid out here in front of me, Aquarius. I have your general energy, I have your relationships, platonic, romantic, so on and so forth. And then in your third row, I just have your earthly desires. So it could be career, finances, a hobby of yours, or just something dealing with the earthly planes, right? In Aquarius. And again, I know this is probably not going to be the most popular type of tarot reading because a lot of people want to just hear like the fluff, right? Nothing wrong with it here, but I see that your thoughts are running right now. Yeah, I see when I look at this Ace of Swords, there's a lot of inspiration. There's a lot going on in this noggin, darling. And I think they're really good ideas. And I'm trying to think of a way that I can word this so that it doesn't demotivate some of you Aquarians, because I think of how important it is for you to go into this journey here. I have your oracle cards that I pulled as well, Aquarius, and like quite literally the first oracle card I pulled is the rattlesnake, which is saying that the experiences you're presently going through is your initiation as a healer. Now you can take away the healer, maybe that you see like your purpose in life right now is to heal, but I more so just see it as like you're on a spiritual journey to live to your highest calling, whether it's being a healer, honey, or whether it's just you making sure that you and your loved ones are successful and just you are just fulfilled, right? It doesn't have to be any deeper or any more surface level than it needs to be here currently. But where you're feeling guided, like what you are feeling guided in doing here, Aquarius, you have the temperance blessing of where it's just, hey, really push through with it. Sure, you may not get too many validations early on. You might have moments in your journey where you're just like, screw this, just this isn't worth it. This is too hard. I don't want to bother with it. Again, I promise you here, if you see it to the other side, you'll be so grateful that you do this. And so before I get into this tarot reading anymore, Aquarius, let me introduce myself, darling. My name is SimplyVelca. I've been reading tarot cards for about 12 years now. And while yes, I'll talk about the good things that you're manifesting in your life, Aquarius, I'm also going to be talking about how you go from point A to point B, because what good is knowing what you could be manifesting if you don't know how to claim it, right? And so that's the type of tarot reader I am. So if I sound like good to you, if you're vibing with me, honey, let's just get started, Aquarius. All right, with your first row, which as I already showed you is the Ace of Swords, and then you have the Empress, and then the Nine of Wands. And this is how I see your journey going down here, Aquarius, is the journey of the Empress. And so the Empress is somebody who is seen as very beautiful, very in tune with the world around them. I feel as if even if you don't see it yourself, or if, Aquarius, I think if you were to describe your life and things that you've done to other people would comment about like how spiritually aligned or guided it all has felt, or maybe even by you vocalizing it, you'll be like, huh, wait a minute, I guess I never saw it in this way. It's like I see for you of where you're starting to put all the puzzle pieces together. If you've ever worked on a puzzle, Aquarius, there's usually at some point in time in the puzzle where it's like you go from finding one puzzle piece every month or every hour to finding multiple, like bam. And I think that's what's going on for you, but the puzzle pieces are more so internally initially. And so it's like you have all these puzzle pieces, you have the vision, and now the Empress is somebody that takes action on it and is the living proof to experience it, so the puzzle pieces can go like connect in the physical world. Does that make sense? Now, I talk about all this good stuff with the Empress, Aquarius, and the reason behind it, and the reason why the Empress is able to be so attractive, the reason why the Empress is really able to give birth to what it is that she wants out of life is because she goes through a lot of life experiences. This is my character building card of where the life of luxury that she lives she didn't get those luxuries by being more luxurious. She got those luxuries because of the hardships that she went through to be able to claim those luxuries. Does that make sense? And so that's what I feel like your journey is at now, whether this is a financial endeavor or maybe this is like you are pursuing like a lifelong dream of yours, Aquarius. Whatever the case is, it's definitely associated with your spiritual calling. And something I just want to be making as a side note, Aquarius, is that especially when you are following in your spiritual calling, other people around you are not going to see things and feel the same things that you do or have the same vision that you have for yourself. All right. And so what you would see as like a very spiritual journey and aligned with you, other people, because they don't know your journey, they don't know what you work and so on and so forth, they could perceive it as something negative and they'll try to talk you out of it. So that's something I'm going to give you just the heads up on. Can I speak, honey? Because I do get this symbolization here, especially with this 9 of Wands, of where the thoughts and feelings that you're having, you're riding solo with it. A lot of people are challenging it, or people are trying to take away your confidence and like the thoughts that you're having, like where you want to be going here. Do your best at really maintaining that energy of where they don't pay your bills, they don't matter type of way. If they're not able to just bless you and push you along the path that you feel called to do, why are they even there, right? So let's get into your relationship aspect of your cards. This could be platonic, romantic, business, family, honey. All right, whatever the case is, it's not up to me to define it. Which we have some interesting cards, Aquarius. We have the 9 of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups, and then the Strength card. Aquarius, the first thing I see with this here is like, as you are gaining independence, I see you distancing yourself from somebody or some bodies. The scenario that I get shown in my head is a sense of, as like a teenager when you go to an adult and then you decide to move out for the first time and travel or so on and so forth. I get this feeling that you're going through it again. And I know you're not a teenager. Like 99% of the people that watch me are my age or older, which is fabulous. So I know this is not just like teenage angst or something, but it's as you continue to gain your independence or finding your way essentially here, I see you starting to distance yourself from certain folks. I see you finally being able to complete a pretty tough chapter of your life when it comes to your shadow work. And the Strength card is my card to shadow work. That's why I know for a fact it's something that's just, for example, you could be feeling called to going on a journey somewhere, moving out, or something in that manner. And as you start building the steps of moving out, you start really working through previous traumas, or I think it's more so like a sign. Actually, that's what I think it is. It's more so a sign of like where you are leaving or who you are leaving in your life, Aquarius. I feel like they have been such a long chapter, a long lesson for you. So easily could be like family traumas or long-term friendships or something in that manner, right? With that 6 of Cups. But there was somebody that had a lot you had to unpack with that person there. And I feel like you have finally completed that cycle. You have finally been able to find a way to forgive, or to become indifferent, or to move on from a situation, multiple situations that some person from your past or someone that you share a long history with. Like now that you completed that chapter of your life, you're going into a new direction. And as you go into that new direction, I see like you really just growing apart from whatever this person is, to the point of where they just no longer become relevant to you anymore. The Oracle card we have for this row is the first quarter moon in Libra, Aquarius, all right? Keeping your heart open. So it's symbolizing more so not that there's a sense of finality. Even in your tarot cards, there's not the sense of finality, other than like the personal lessons that you needed to get from it. But this is more so a sense of where you are stepping into a chapter of your life where you have to just ride solo. You're stepping into a chapter of your life where you have to keep more of your energy and not to exert it out to other folks, because you have to spread your wings. You have to start putting your feelers out to new folks here, right? Now that you completed the lesson that you felt like you could complete with them, or got what you could feel like you could with them, and now you have nothing in common. Now it's time for you to be searching for new folks, and at some point in time they might be finding a way back into your life, just not at this couple chapters. So let's go into your career now, Aquarius. Your career and just your earthly desires in general, which is all cups. All right, so a lot of opportunities here. I like it. The 3 cups cards that we have are the Page, 7, and 10 of Cups. All right, fabulous. Pages represents new energy. Page of Cups, new opportunity coming in. Multiple. It's almost as if you have the world is becoming your oyster. You have a lot of different options of where you could put your energy, and you just have to make the decision for it of what you would be fulfilled by. I really want you to really reallocate your focus, Aquarius, on rather than making decisions based off of what you think will be the most successful or get you the most money, or yeah, rather than thinking from that place, think from a place of what will fulfill you, because everything else will take care of itself, right? So I didn't decide to become a tarot reader because I think that was the best path for me to have a large following, darling. Far from it. If anything, doing tarot readings has made it a lot harder, because people who see this for the first time, they're like, girl, what the heck is going on here? But I do it because, like, that's what I wanted to do. That's what's fulfilling to me. And I trust the process that at some point in time, it's going to feed a bigger picture and do get to the exact same place that I wanted to be all along anyways. And that's where I feel like you should reframe your headspace to as well. If you are able to reframe it, Aquarius, to this place of just doing what you really feel called to doing, and trusting that it will take care of it, everything else will take care of itself. That's not you being naive. That's just you willing to bet on your own capabilities. I don't know, Aquarius. And then your final oracle card, my darling, is the Moth Spirit, which is number 12. No, it's number 3 in numerology, which could be your life path number, or just look this up and see what messages it has for you for the number 3. But the Moth Spirit is just saying, surrender now. This is not the time for you to fight. This is not the time for you to add resistance to anything or to try to make things work out. This is a card of just going with the flow, darling, trusting that the path, this initiation that your spiritual team already actively has you on right now, is going to make sure that you're taken care of here. The kind of scenario that I get here for some reason is just like you're deciding to, like, and I really don't know why I'm getting this. It's like very specific where it's like you like put an application in somewhere so you can do volunteer work in order to travel. So it's like you sign up, you're just and trusting the process that everything would work out in that way. And I don't condone that, by the way. Granted, I've lived my life in that same way as well, where it's just like I quit my job and bought a one-way ticket to California. Sounds like such a cliche, with no real game plan. I'm not condoning it because I was hella stressed and anxious for many years during that, but I feel like that's where your life is really going to now as well. I really align with where you're at right now in your journey, Aquarius. I like this a lot. Maybe I'm just a narcissistic bitch, though, that likes to make everything about myself. I love you, Aquarius. You're all the only ones I feel comfortable enough to kiki with. Hopefully this gave you some clarity, darling. This is really fun to do this reading for you. If you're looking for further clarity in your life and you resonate with these readings, book a one-on-one tarot reading with me on my website linked down below, SimplyVelca.com, and I'll talk to you later, Aquarius. Bye, darling.